This week, Ducati announced an update to the Hypermotard range with Euro 5 compliance, a tweak to the gearbox, and a new livery for the top-spec SP model. So in this video, we'll look over the lineup and go over the full specs for 2021. There are still 3 variants of the Hypermotard on offer, starting with the Hypermotard 950 at £11,085. You still get the same 114 horsepower Testa Stretta L-twin engine with a punchy 96 Nm of peak torque, and all in a fairly slender package at 178 kilograms dry. As standard, you get loads of electronics, including a TFT dash, riding modes, lean sensitive ABS, traction control, wheelie control, an up and down quick shifter, and the mechanical stuff is decent too. There's a fully adjustable 45mm Marzocchi upside down fork, a preload and rebound adjustable Sachs shock, Pirelli Diablo Rosso 3 tires, and a pair of 4-pot radially mounted monoblock Brembo brake calipers with a radial master cylinder too. Now, if you've never ridden one, they're a super lively bike with a nice tall upright riding position, and that makes for a lot of fun on the road. But at 870mm in the seat height, it's probably not the first choice if you're a bit short in the leg. Moving up the range, we've got the Hypermotard 950 RVE, which comes in at £11,850. That's essentially the same spec, but with this awesome looking paint job as opposed to the single red color choice of the standard bike. There's the graphics on the tank and bodywork, of course, a black frame with a clear finish on the subframe, some details on the wheels, and a red panel on the seat to match. Personally, I absolutely love this bike. It came from a concept that they showed in 2019 at the Concorso della Ganza Villa d'Este, which is a fancy car and bike show in Italy if you're not familiar. It won first place in the concept bikes category and proved so popular on social media that they decided to make it a reality last year. And look, sure, Ducatis always look good in red, so the standard model is still going to be a solid choice, but for me, the louder RVE finish certainly matches the slightly unhinged character of the bike. Now at the top of the range is the SP model with quite a jump up in price at £14,885. But you do get proper top-notch Öhlins suspension with a fully adjustable 48mm upside down fork and a fully adjustable shock at the rear as well. So you should get better handling and ride quality as well as that extra adjustability in the shock, and it's worth also adding that there's a bit more travel than the other 2 bikes. As such, the seat height goes up from 870mm to 890. Tires are also upgraded with Pirelli Diablo Supercorsa SPs, and they're wrapped around some premium Marcassini W-shaped 3-spoke forged wheels, which help to shed some weight. In fact, total dry weight is down by a couple of kilos to 176, and although that might not sound like a massive difference, with it being at the wheel, there'll be a more profound effect on handling than the numbers might suggest. So what about those 2021 updates? Well, firstly, there's Euro 5 emissions regulations to comply with, so Ducati had to make sure these bikes all passed to keep them on sale. There's no info in the press release about how they've done this, but comparing the spec sheets with last year's model, there's been no detriment to the weight, peak power and torque, or fuel consumption, so that's all good news for the customer. As for the gearbox, Ducati claimed that it's been revised to make it easier to engage neutral when the bike's stationary and to ensure maximum precision in gear selection, adopting the same technical solution as the new Monster and the Supersport 950. They say the gear shift drum rotates on bearings, ensuring a movement with reduced friction, and the gear lever spring is more loaded to prevent the system from remaining idle in the intermediate position, thus resulting in more precision. The other update is the new livery for the SP model, which Ducati say recalls the world of MotoGP in the choice of colours and that of freestyle sports in its graphic lines, underlining the dynamic and fun character of the bike. Now, I do really like the graphics on this one and the little touches of red on the Marcassini wheels, although they could have put them at the valves to make them quick and easy to find, but it is a great looking bike and I'd be hard pushed to choose between this and the RVE. As always, let me know your pick in the comments below, or would you just go for the new Monster? It's got similar power and torque figures, it's about 10 kilograms lighter, and it's a grand cheaper than the base Hypermotard. I think I'd still go for the RVE, but I'd love to know what you think down below. And if you're new here and you want to see more videos like this, hit subscribe and I'll catch you next time.